Welcome back to the Northern Territory. There really are some tremendous sights up here. And as we said at the top of the show, if you get a chance, you really should make the journey up because it's so much fun and there's so many special things to see. And here we are, of course, the first ever V8 Supercar Championship round at Darwin's Hidden Valley Circuit. There's a great aerial shot from our helicopter. And the crowds have just flocked here and they've been enjoying what's been a very spectacular day. Now, keep in mind, these are the championship points as they stand at the moment after 8 rounds and 2 races. Craig Lowndes leads the way from Russell Ingall. Then we go back to Larry Perkins, who's still only just hanging on to third by 10 points, and John Bowe. Look at those last 3. They've really, really closed up. So it's exciting stuff. We go back and have a look at the grid for race 3. Russell Ingall and Jason Bargwanna off row 1. Tony Longhurst, who incidentally leads the day's points and could win this round, from Garth Tander in 4th.
Boy, it's a real upset, isn't it? Paul Romano, he's running 2nd in today's points overall. He may be on the podium as well. Glenn Seaton moving up through the order. John Bowe in 7th. Larry Perkins will start out of 8th.
We take it back. Dick Johnson, he's been in the thick of things today. And how good's Mark Poole going? The South Australian is in 10th from Thomas Mazera and Darren Pate. That's great for the wins, boys.
Fantastic, all these new faces. Greg Crick, Mark Larkham after that tangle with John Bowe. He starts back to 14. They're very disappointed down there in those pits. John Briggs out of 15. Brent Peters making a good comeback. He's out of 16.
Larkham said, look out, I'm going to have a big go. Reed, Smurton, Nash and Kendrick all the way back through 20.
Robert Smith and Stephen Ellery. Alan Jones, he had a broken tail shaft at the beginning of P2. That's why he stalled on the grid. And Jason Bright back there in 24. A lot of work to do.
If you're looking for the true definition of disappointed, go and see Jason Bright. He's not that happy. Russell, Heffernan, Lowndes and Scaife, 27 and 28. Watch for them to come through this big field.
Well, they had a drama, and Lowndes is back in the pits now. They had to do an engine change between races 2 and 3. The engine just would not turn over. So they did a complete engine change within an hour. An incredible effort by the boys. They fired it up, and now Lowndes is back in pit lane as the cars get ready for the start. This has not been Craig Lowndes' day, and boy, has it fallen into Russell Ingall's lap.
This is disastrous. This is just unbelievable. We are set for a start. Well, it's all fallen into Russell Ingall's hands. Green flag at the back. We are set to go. Race 3 here at Hidden Valley. Away we go. Now Ingall sort of double started there. He sort of went, then stopped, then went again. Bargwanna looked like he got away to a good one as the field follow on through. No, it's Ingall. He leads his pack. Now it's the 2 Valvoline cars. Tander on the inside, Bargwanna on the outside, and Seaton goes for the big run. Run around the outside of Bargwanna. Tander's through into 2nd.
3 by 3 as they come through turn 1. Paul Romano shuffling up there too. He was in 5th position through that first hectic turn. Oh, there's a tangle back in the pack. Look, they're going everywhere.
Greg Crick's involved in that, so too it looks like Mark Poole. There's 5-6 cars involved in that one. There's Jeff Kendrick. Who else is at one of the wins cars? Can't quite see, and that's Rod Nash also.
Look at the damage on the back of Darren Pate's Commodore. Look at that. He's had another stove in there, just like John Faulkner. Boy, there's been some panel damage today.
Look at the oil coming out of Pate's car, laying on the straight.
Oh, that's Jason Bright.
Jason Bright. Goodness me.
Well, that concludes a disastrous day. Oh, that's Rod Nash's bonnet coming up there.
Well, that car, Jason Bright's car, very badly damaged. You can see the rear of it also has hit the tyre wall, or someone's hit it.
It's going to have to be a red
flag situation. That's a red flag for sure.
Red flag means they have to stop the race.
And that could help young Craig Lowndes too, because that means he can start from the back of the grid.
Well, now confirming, getting back to a point from the previous race while we look at this as Bright gets out. We have had it confirmed that under pace car rules, the first 5 laps do not count. So we do have a red flag situation in this race. We've just received the word from race control. Red flag in this one.
So under red flag conditions, there it is, shown all the way around the circuit to warn the drivers to stop competing immediately, return back to the start and await further instructions from the officials. Now Russell Ingall, who've been all pumped up, got away cleanly, led the pack into the first turn, and all hell broke loose behind him. He has to go back and start all over again.
Well, the smile on Jason Bright's face yesterday couldn't have been any larger when he picked up his first career pole. Now look at it. Look at that man. First pole position in the Shell V8 Supercar Championship yesterday.
The car is very, very badly damaged too.
Let's have a look at this on the Shell Helix replay, Greg.
It all started behind that tree that we can't really see. There's Jason Bright, and it looks like Darren Pate. Yes, Darren Pate came across behind him. Didn't get on the... Oh, that car nearly turned over. It was, see how high it was up in the air. Like, he's hit the wall, obviously, and that sent the car up nearly upside down. Someone spun in the middle of the pack. That looks like the Wins car. No, it was Rod.
Mark Poole, I think.
Mark Poole spun... Oh, Pate around.
Oh, look at
Really should have got on the
Brian's car.
brakes.
Look at that.
Look at that. You just caught the rear of it.
Absolutely drilled that tyre wall. He could have easily gone onto his roof. He's very lucky.
Well, just incredible circumstances here. There it is from the top. We all take a break from the Northern Territory. Back with this extraordinary day of V8 supercar action. Wow, what a great day it's been up here in the Northern Territory. Not great for some, though. There's been a fair bit of damage going on. We're getting ready for the restart. Now, have a look at the gaps in the grid. There's a lot of cars out of action for this one. There's the 2HRT cars. Now, Lowndes will start from his original position. We get set to rock and roll again. Ready, third and final time. Bargwanna got the jump on Lowndes. No doubt about that. We watch the rest of the field stream on through, but Bargwanna got away to a ripper. Now, Ingall's got the inside run into the first left-hander. That puts him in the prime spot. Tander's back there in third. Seaton's up there by the looks of things. Let's hope we get through unscathed this time.
Oh, Tony Longhurst right over on the inside, coming up the curbs into turn one. He got really squeezed on the inside. Looks like he survived. Yeah, there he is, fourth in the order. As Russell Ingall starts to open that gap, he wants to win this one. And look at the whole racing team steamroller coming through straight away.
Craig Lowndes has come right through the pack. He's made a lot of inroads. I can't believe... Oh, there's Kevin Heffernan starting from the back. I can't believe Garth Tander and John Bowe starting from where they did, considering the incidents that Russell Ingall and Jason Bright got punished for in race one. Those guys were involved in all sorts of things and have started from their grid positions.
Well, it's Ingall's race at the moment. Back to Jason Bargwanna sitting nicely in second. Have a look at the two Valvoline cars, second and third. The 20-year-old Garth Tander sitting in the third spot at the moment. Now, how about Tony Longhurst day? He leads the points. Could very well win the day. We'll see how that pans out. Now, the race has been reduced to 14 laps. This was the opening one of that. Now, have a look how far Lowndes has got up already. It's fantastic.
Russell Ingall leads him across the line. Tense moment, this 14 laps remaining. It's Jason Bargwanna in second position. Tander, Longhurst, Seaton up to fifth position. Perkins, Bowe, Johnson, Larkham, Mazira. They're all in there.
Here comes Craig Lowndes, lights blazing. He'll be looking to get past these guys as quick as he possibly can.
Well, he was so lucky.
John Bowe turned around.
So Bowe really in the wars, getting back onto the track, and he's lost a lot of positions there. Craig Lowndes lucky to be back on the track. They had some overheating problems apparently after that engine change after heat 2. That's why he was in the pits. But he's really firing on all 8 cylinders now and charging through the pack. Mark Skate's going with him.
Here's Mark Larkham, who got turned around in that second race, and he said, I'm going to have a big go this time. Alan Jones in the Komatsu Ford, back in action after that tail shaft problem. Have a look at this freight train. The two HRT cars stuck right in the middle, one behind Greg Crick. Now, was that Mazura or Pate? I think Pate's car was obviously too badly damaged.
Mazura and Lowndes getting held up by these guys for sure. He'll need to get past these guys as quick as he can. I can tell you right now, he won't be pleased sitting behind Greg Crick, so watch him to make a move down the straight this time.
On board with our championship leader, Craig Lowndes, as he fights for position. Every position he can pick up in this final, he will be critical to his chances at Oran Park in 2 weeks' time. The big final, look at him drafting Crick's car down the inside. Bridgestone on-board camera. You're riding with Craig Lowndes as he brakes hard. Crick matches him under brakes, but he's well positioned on the inside of the corner, and he picks up another one.
And watch out for Mark Skate following through. There you go, just followed his teammate right through the gap there. As it now Mazira comes under pressure from Lowndes.
Well, good work by Greg Crick, not making life hard either. Let's hope Thomas gives these guys a clear passage through, but he may not. He won't fight them the whole way. Here comes Craig looking up the inside. Couldn't quite get there that time round. There's a lot of traffic out there on this track at the moment. The Mobil 1 HRT cars have got a lot of it to get through, coming from almost the rear of grid.
So he's got to try and pick his way through there. Not a lot of overtaking opportunities. But this car carrying an enormous amount of speed, as is the car 50 with Mark Skate aboard. He's talking to Skate just before the start of this heat. He said, well, I'll let Craig run his own race. Like, I'm just going to run in position with him. But I don't think he's ever going to challenge him for a points position. Let's have a look on the Shell Helix replay.
There we see Bargwanna ahead of Tander and Longhurst. Seaton behind. Oh, that's Larry Perkins and John Bowe came together. Looks like Bowie was up the inside of Larry. They've had a bit of a touch.
Other guys did well to avoid that too. This is the in-car camera with Craig Lowndes about to come out of the draft. Will he have enough time? First corner coming up very rapidly. Up the inside of Thomas Mazira this time round in the Wins Commodore. Nicely done. Thomas, I don't think it's been confirmed yet whether he'll drive. Someone's gone off there as well. Heaps of dust coming through turn 1.
I think it was just Mark Scaife following Craig through really narrow, picking up a bit of dirt.
Well, he's really using him as an icebreaker, isn't he? He just tucks in behind Lowndes, creates a gap.
When you're close behind and you've got the speed, it's pretty easy to do, so he's doing a good job.
Well, still up the front, it's Ingle, Bargwanna, Tander, Longhurst, Seaton. Perkins was in 6th position, and I think he's carried on and been able to maintain that. Larkham is up into 8th, from 14th up into 8th. Mark Larkham in the Mitre 10 Ford. He's really wound up today. Here is our race leader, and will he be once again our championship leader at the end of the day?
Lost Paul Romano. He was
and Tander.
Tander's dropped back as well.
Yep. So, I don't know what's happened there to the young Queenslander. Romano dropped out of contention. Let's see in the Ford Credit Falcon. He's copping plenty of pressure from Larry Perkins in the Castrol VS, but a tremendous run from the Castrol Ford. Longhurst there gesturing to his crew, or to the officials. I don't know, he's got his arm out the window. Not happy about something.
Let's see, looking for an inside line. Here's Larry. This is a nice little foursome here. Perkins right in on Seaton. This is the order now, the new order. Ingle, Bargwanna, Longhurst in 3rd, Seaton 4th. This is the battle we're watching at the moment. Perkins 5th, Tander 6th, Larkham now 7th, Johnson and Lowndes is already into the top 10. So too Mark Scaife, 9th and 10th. They are on a mission.
I think Lowndes has just made a move on Dick Johnson, so he's moved up to 7th spot, and he's really on a charge. Won't be long before he's behind these guys.
Well, there's no gap between our race leader Russell Ingle and Bargwanna too. Bargwanna applying plenty of pressure up the front of this. Just a 1/10 of a second between them on that last lap, half a second as they cross the timing monitor. Bargwanna hanging on like a bull terrier.
Now have a look here behind this little battle here behind 134, the Valvoline car of Tander right there, Mark Larkham. So he's zeroing in from 14th, he's up into 7th now, so he's on a real charge as well. Gee, we've seen some good racing, when the drivers have had to come through traffic today, haven't we? Well, just terrific.
Mark Larkham did a great job out there, making up for his misfortunes of his teammate this weekend, that's for sure.
So Ingle now, he's got the Valvoline Commodore Jason Bargwanna in his draft. Bargwanna, the winner of Heat 2, his first win in the Shell V8 Supercar Championship at Calder, and looking very, very strong and competitive here in the Northern Territory.
The 26-year-old from Melbourne was part of the youngest ever podium at the last round at Calder. He's driving very well here today. He was disappointed with his first race after starting 4th, and he got punted in the first turn, spun around and came back on. Ended up finishing 8th in that first one, then regrouped, had a great second race, and he's sitting pretty here in the 3rd and final in 2nd spot. Some valuable championship points, although coming into this round he was sitting 9th. He can climb up the order a little bit today, courtesy of his good fortune and the misfortune of others. Great battle happening here, Longhurst, Seaton, Perkins. This is from 3rd right back through about 8th.
Yeah, just been doing some sums on the podium too. Quite interesting, won't it? If they finish the way they are at the moment, it'll be Longhurst first, Bargwanna second, and Ingle third. Now look at Tony.
What's he doing with his arm out the window?
Yeah, he's still gesturing. I picked that up a couple of laps. Look, here he goes again.
He's going in the pits. Is he? Yes, he is. He's peeling off.
So he seemed to be waving his arm.
He seemed to still have the speed up, so I'm not quite sure why that would be. But
we've had no word from race control about a stop-go penalty or anything, so we're assuming that it's mechanical problems, which is disappointing for Tony Longhurst because he was going so well that he was leading the points in today's.
I'd take a punt on this being a stop-go penalty. That may be why he was gesturing to the officials as he's going past the track, saying, why, what am I being sprung for? We'll see.
Yeah, Craig Lowndes, he's caught right up behind this pack.
That was a stop-go, I think, for Longhurst. He just came out of the pits. So he's been pinged for something.
Back on behind Chris Smurton, so a lot of work to do up. He won't be happy indeed.
Now, remember at the beginning of the race, we said Longhurst was squeezed over on the inside, was running over against the white line. Well, they've said very, very clear instructions this weekend. Anyone who crosses that white line in turn 1 will be given a stop-go penalty, so that's what it was for. But Tony Longhurst has paid the price, and boy, that's really hurt him. He was running very, very competitively.
Right in behind this bunch here, you'll see him appear right there, coming there. The 2 Mobil 1 HRT cars, Craig Lowndes and Mark Scaife, have come from 27th and 28th to 7th and 8th. This has been an extraordinary run from them. They've been carving them up. Now they're right up there, not too far off the top 5. We go back up the front. This is our race leader, Russell Ingle, sitting 2nd. It looked like his championship was over. Now have a look at this battle back here. Lowndes trying to weave his way through. He's got Tander now.
It's just amazing. Fastest man on the circuit at the moment, Craig Lowndes, 1:11.05. The race leader's just on a 1:11.46. So really on the charge. Mark Scaife going with him as they pick their way way through the traffic.
I can't believe Tony Lorimer gets a stop-go for that, and there's other guys out there knocking people off, and they get away with it. So it's pretty disappointing, really.
The Bridgestone on-car camera escape up the inside of Tander now. Beautiful! Scafer's gone! He's just overcooked it under brakes.
Geez, he came in a little bit too hot, Greg.
He was very hot coming in there, and Tander's been going in there very well all day, and Mark's tried to outbrake him, so locked up the rears round he went.
Well, you can't blame him for trying. They've done such a great job. He and his teammate Craig Lowndes coming from the back of this field. He was up as high as 8th in that position there. He was going for 7th, and it didn't quite come off.
And the battle at the front two remains the same, at half a second between our race. Listen to that on the replay.
Way too hot.
Yeah.
And as you say, you can't blame him for trying. He's trying to follow his teammate, makes up some ground from disappointing first 2 races.
This is what he picked up in the first gear that fast, because there was plenty of traffic coming down on him.
Yeah, good recovery.
Kept the boot into it too, didn't he?
The boot right up it.
Get out of the way.
So you're on it now as we see this great battle between the Mitre 10 Ford of Mark Larkham. Isn't he wound up today?
And look at Lowndes right behind them.
He's right on Larry Perkins' hammer, so it's Ingle, Bargwanna, Seaton just ahead of these guys here. Then Perkins and Larkham battling for that 4th spot. Lowndes from 27th up into 5th position. Then we go back to Tander, Jones, Bow, Mazira's in there as well.
Tremendous job by Stone Brothers Racing, getting these cars up to speed. Larry Perkins defending doggedly. The Mitre 10 Ford really applies the thumb screws coming out of the hairpin.
Larry was sideways trying to block the line then, and he's come right across. I think he's watching his mirrors more than watching the track ahead.
Well, Lowndes is going to come up onto the back of Lowndes in 6th, incidentally, not 5th. Right up onto the back as he is now of Larkham. He's going to have to watch it. Behind him is Tander. Alan Jones is going exceptionally well in the Komatsu Ford as well. That'll be pleasing for him. Look at this battle.
Okay, well, if Lowndes is doing our sums now with our chief statistician, Nigel Greenway, if Lowndes finishes 6th and Ingle wins the day, Lowndes will still be leading the championship going into Oran Park, but only by 6 points. So how good do you like it?
What a grand final that's going to be. Mark Larkham, he's driving like he's in a grand final. It's been a real confidence boost for him. So he's come from 14th. He now sits in 5th position. Larry Perkins is in 4th. Craig Lowndes is doing his best to come on through and gather as many points as he can.
It's just so good to see this Mitre 10 Ford doing as well as it is. The efforts of Jim and Ross Stone, runs as a sister car to the Jason Bright machine. Has had a very bad day, but Mark really flying the colours for SBR. Campbell Little working very hard on the engines up there in the Queensland workshop. And obviously the overall package working very, very well. Oh, look at this.
It's Bargwanna and Ingle.
Well, we saw this in Heat 2 getting right up alongside him. Ingle is going to have to fight right to the line on this one. Bargwanna is a terrier today.
And he's going to also have to just watch it and make sure that he doesn't get knocked off, because it's so important. He almost might be better off to let Bargwanna get through and win the race.
Interesting to talk to both of them after that second race. Bargwanna said, I could have had him if I wanted to. I could have just pushed a bit harder, and Russell said there was no way I was going to let him get through. So they're both as determined as each other. On board now with Jason Bargwanna and the Valvoline Cummins Commodore. There's your race leader through the windscreen.
Well, no doubt that hot weather training has paid off for Jason Bargwanna. He was absolutely shattered at Lakeside by the heat, but he's been working very, very hard on hot weather training, and it's paying off here. Look at the way he attacks Ingle. Oh!
Mike Emery just, he didn't seem to lose too much ground.
He was quite out of shape there under brakes, so you see the car moving around.
But he's caught up through that section of the car. The Bridgestone's obviously working very well. Bargwanna's car's working extremely well. He's really caught up. Russell gets away through turn 1, but Jason really pulls him in through that section.
That's a fascinating equation with the tyres this weekend, Greg, because the resurfaced section, which is a billiard table smooth, very much like Albert Park or Winton, where the Dunlop shot cars go particularly well.
Yeah.
When they get out on that rough, older surface, the Bridgestone cars really go very quick. So it's a real tremendous battle technically too. Sid Crane Proto on-board camera looking out the back window of our race leader, Russell Ingle. And he knows how important this is. Boy, if he can finish in this position. The Oran Park.
Here comes Larkham up the inside of Perkins.
Got him.
I think he's up the inside, or is he a bit far back? No, he's a bit far back.
Well, we're working out the points at the moment to see who will win the day. We've been talking about championship. Whether Russell Ingle, if he remains where he is, will he win the day? We'll have to work it out.
So the order at the moment: Ingle, Bargwanna, Seaton, Perkins, Larkham. You're riding with Craig Lowndes in 6th position. Then it's Tander, Bow, Alan Jones in the Komatsu Ford. That's a good fight back after the broken tail shaft in Heat 2. And Mark Scaife, he's recovered, he's in 10th position.
Well, here's one for you. If Bargwanna stays exactly where he is, he can afford to stay in that second spot and he will win the day. That will be his first round win.
Well, he had to do one better than Calder, didn't he? And what a place to do it. The first time the V8 Supercars in the Northern Territory, this fabulous new facility. Congratulations to the organisers, the Northern Territory government and everyone who's pitched in to make this the fantastic event that it is.
Well, it's just been, I mean, Greg, you've seen races all over the world, in your own country, New Zealand and Europe. I mean, it's great to have a race here, isn't it?
Oh, it's been out of control today. It's been fantastic. I think the race is well established in the Northern Territory.
On board at Craig Lowndes in the Mobil 1 HRT Commodore. This guy has had his patience stretched to the limit today, and he's still shining bright. Perkins holding steady in 4th position in the Castrol Commodore, holding Mark Larkham at bay in the Minor 10 Ford. Round through the flip-flop section. Well, it's been a long, hot day. It's been hot action here on 10 Sport as well. Hope you've enjoyed it because it's just been action-packed. Mark Scaife has clawed his way back just ahead of Alan Jones there. So he's still inside the top 10. Mazira back in 11th. Dick Johnson in 12th. Greg Crick is running well in 13th position. Top privateer at the moment, John Briggs in the Super Cheap Autos. Falcon in 15th outright.
Look how fast Mark Scaife's going. He's fastest on the circuit by over half a second, doing 10 still, so he's really trying hard.
Gee, can you believe the speed of the VT Commodore, Greg? I mean, all the thoughts when they came here was that the VT would be struggling for speed as an unsorted car. You'd maybe stay new.
Absolutely.
At Calder, and look at the way they've knocked it into shape in a very short period of time.
Obviously, Larry's guys and HRT have really been battling hard to get some speed out of these cars, and they obviously seem to suit the circuit. As we watch Russell now, and he's he's pretty happy with the car today. Obviously, it's on the last lap this time round, so he's done a good job.
He's got him. He's got him. The gap is certainly enough, and I'm sure that Bargwanna's team, the Gary Rogers boys, would be saying, just hold it together there, Bargs. There's no need to do anything desperate. You're still going to win today, or it could be some.
Still doing our sums on that one. Bargwanna closes in behind Russell Engel. It's just sniffing around the tail of this Castrol VT Commodore, but Russell Engel couldn't even believe the depression in the Castrol Perkins
Russell.
camp. After qualifying yesterday, he said, well, I don't know what I'm going to do from here. And it's just absolute fairy tale finish.
He's done it so many times before, though. I mean, he's an absolute pro at doing this, so congratulations to him.
Well, this is it. We're winding on down. Russell Engel, the enforcer, he's back in action, and he's back in contention for the 1998 Shell V8 Supercar title, that's for sure. He takes out race 3 here today, and that is something special for Engel. The Castrol team will just be delighted with that, and Bargwanna's excited too. A really good run for him, a steady run. He got away to a terrific start. And just Helston, he's pretty happy.
Have you ever seen someone so happy about coming second?
Well, what a great run. Pretty impressive too with the debut of the VT. Well, not the debut, but the second run for the VT, the debut behind Russell Engel's hands, that is.
Yeah, very promising. Obviously, the car, the VS is still a very quick car, and the VT doesn't seem to be any quicker, but what a great job.
Well, we have had it confirmed now that Engel has won the day, so double celebrations for him. Bargwanna in for second, Seaton third, Larry Perkins ahead of Mark Larkham in for a great 5th position. Stay with us here on Network 10. We'll be back to wrap things up from the Territory right after this.
Started as a dream, and the dream became reality. The V8 Supercars came to the Hidden Valley, and what a fantastic weekend it's been. The first, I'm sure, of many to come in the years to come. Well, top place privateer today, yeah. And the Territorians have come out in their big numbers too. Top place privateer today, put your hands together for Steve Reed. They call you Big Bird. You sit pretty high in the car, and your driving talent was pretty good today too. You guys did very well.
Yeah, thanks, Mel. We were pretty high in the car, and we're closer to the sun, so it was pretty hot in there too. But I'd like to thank all the boys, Wally Story and Gary Bailey, McGrath, Holden, Lansvale Smash Repairs, and most of all ICI Auto Colour. Thank you very much, guys. Congratulations, Steve Reed. Third place today. The Ford guys are going to cheer about this. It's Glenn Seaton. Mate,
You said to me getting up here, I don't deserve to be here. What do you mean by that?
Well, really, we were just off the pace this weekend, and we got some speed to find, but thank you to the guys in the team. We got back there at the last race, and thanks to the sponsors, Ford Credit, Bridgestone, Mobil, and all associated sponsors that help us out. Congratulations,
Glenn. Second place today. Put your hands together. Second podium in 2 rounds. Jason Bargwanna. Oh, you're a little fighter, aren't you? That was a pretty hard day's work.
Well, yeah, considering we were last in the first corner of the first race. So that was a fantastic day. I've got to say thanks to the Valvoline Cummins team. They've done a fantastic job.
Fantastic. Congratulations, Jason Bargwanna. Just enough time to ask Ross Brody, Motorsport Manager for Shell, to make the presentation to Russell Ingall, our overall winner today. I heard them yelling out, Russell's a legend. I think you've really turned it on for the fans here and you've really closed that points gap.
Mate, look, I'd like to thank my whole team for a big effort, but look, the people I really want to thank is everyone that's come out of here from Darwin. You're just the best people, and this is the best crowd we've ever had in a touring car race. Thank you, and we'll be back next year. You're terrific. Thank you.
Russell Ingall, the big winner at Hidden Valley. This one's going down to the wire at Oran Park.
Well, it certainly is going down to the wire. That grand final at Oran Park is just going to be fantastic as we have a look at the championship points now, because it's so close, from 34 points to 6 points, the difference now, and it's a real tight one. We go back, Larry Perkins is still hanging on to third. There's a tie for fourth between Scape and Bow. Glenn Seaton put in a great day today. Jason Bright has slipped due to those unfortunate circumstances. Dick Johnson, Jason Bargwanna and Tony Longhurst, those last few positions haven't changed. Well, I guess one word comes out of today, Greg Murphy: chaotic.
It was unbelievable. What a debut for Hidden Valley. I don't think you could ask for anything better. Weather was fantastic. The racing, well, I mean, see for yourself, it was out of control most of the time, and some pretty bizarre results going on. But yeah, I think it was fantastic. Everyone's going to be very pleased with the way it went.
And we heard a mention there about the big crowd, and the crowd was 22,000, which is just terrific.
Oh, it's fantastic. First time up, and I can guarantee not one of them's going to go away unhappy about this one, that's for sure.